hello. So Rochi just unmuted like the second before it, like, hello everyone, welcome to buddyGames.
Transition button. I was like, no, we're muted. We're not having it again.
Yes, hello everyone, welcome to buddyGames. My name is Nico, your name is Rosie.
Hello.
And we're going to be playing some Metaphor Fantazio for you all. I want to give a quick shout out to Guillotine for making this possible. Thank you so much, Guillotine, for providing us with a game key on launch. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Really wanted to cover this game on buddyGames because I've seen so much cool stuff about it. And yeah.
And it's a fantastic game.
Yes, it is once again. Remember in February, right? When Final Fantasy...
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Jake's in the chat.
Is Jake in the chat?
Jake's in the chat from Guillotine
there he is.
himself.
Big up yourselves.
Oh, no, Jake. Oh, Jake. No, you big up yourself.
But yes.
Those in the chat, the only Jake ever is one of the captains of Guillotine who has provided us with the code today. So big shout outs to Jake and everyone in the chat. If you could give him just some lots of love emotes, some whatever you fancy, just be lovely and nice to Jake.
Just be nice to Jake,
because
please.
he's a genuinely
Without
wonderful guy.
We would be irrelevant if we didn't
We'd be
have...
gone. Anyway, sorry, Nico.
That was way too loud. I'm so sorry. It's Fantazio, everybody. It's the latest game from Atlas. And back in February, I remember when Persona 3 Reload came out, and I finished it. I was like, wow, this game is fantastic. I wonder if any game can top it. Rebirth came out, and then Rebirth topped that. And then I was like, wow, I wonder if Rebirth can top this game. Or can top anything that's coming out this year. And then the audacity, excuse me, the audacity of all these other game publishers to just keep releasing great game after great game. Capcom has been acing it this year. We've had Square Enix with all these remasters and remakes and stuff coming out as well on top of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then Atlas just not letting go.
Well, Sega in general. Sega has just been like dishing out all the fantastic games, and they're not done. They're still not done. We've got Sonic X Shadow Generations coming up as well.
Exactly. And Metaphor has got a 94 Metacritic, is it right now? I don't know how many reviews, but I think it's like close to 100 at this point. Well-deserved slot, apparently. Yes. We can't quote on it because we haven't finished the game, of course. But yes, that's why I'm so excited for this game, because I've been absolutely, I think, red-pilled is the right word for it. Blue pill's one of the two.
Well, I mean, you're wearing a lot of red today,
I'm gonna go with red, yeah. So yeah, it's what is it? They've absolutely converted me over since Persona 3 Reload, and I'm very excited for this game. It came out today, as I already said, and it came out on many platforms. So if you're curious about this game, you can play it on any platform you want. But we're playing currently the PlayStation 5 version of it. And yeah, Rosie, you went on a trip for that one.
I did,
well.
with Guillotine themselves.
Do you have a little trinket from that trip by any chance
la,
with you?
La la la.
It's right behind me.
La la la. I do. That was a beautiful reveal. But I've got this wonderful notebook.
Give yourself credit for that.
Which it was my original song.
Yeah.
I've got this wonderful book which was gifted to us at the event, which you will see is a replica of a very important book in the game. So there you go. There's the back as well. And not only that, but if you open it, it's also been signed as well, which is amazing.
By Hashino-san himself. He looked very, very tired in interviews today. Bless him.
Well, I can imagine they've probably been incredibly busy.
This is literally... Excuse me. So I have something in my throat. Sorry, buddies. Where the classic Otsukare Samadeshita comes in. Well-deserved, Hashino-san. Clearly, you've worked your butt off for this game.
Yes, and I will say as well, first of all, just quickly, I see we've got Schweetz or Schweetz in the chat. Yeah? It's Bonnie, is this Bonnie?
Oh, hold
Is this
up.
by any chance Bonnie that's popped into the chat as well? If so, wonderful to see you. If not, then it's wonderful to see you as well. It is Bonnie!
No way. Yay,
oh, Bonnie, thank you so much to you and Jake
Bonnie.
for joining. Oh, that means the world to us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope you two had a great time in America.
Yes.
I know there was a hurricane coming up your area, so I'm glad to see that you both were still with us.
That you're both safe.
I hope that you guys had a great time nonetheless.
Yes, we hope you had a wonderful time.
Can you imagine going on a holiday as a British person to a country and it's like, oh, there's just a hurricane coming up. Don't
just
worry
casually.
You're not even mentally prepared for that.
But sorry to interrupt you, Neeks, but I just want to quickly say, for those of you who may be very interested in Metaphor Fantazio, or, you know, you're curious about it, or you don't want things to be spoiled, what we have done is we have essentially... We have made a save, which is around, I'd say, an hour into the game, around 30 minutes to an hour into the game. Literally, when we got the code, we just sort of carried on powering through that to ensure that we can show you guys a section of it.
We have Fern as well. Welcome in.
Fern?
Yeah, Bonnie and Fern.
I was going to say, this is Fern as well. Do we have the trio?
We have the whole three, but we don't have Liam as to compensate for
well,
that.
you say that, but I'm sure the chat will see maybe a little cameo from Liam himself.
Yeah, maybe.
But thank you so much for following, Fun. But sorry, I'll say our save is just before sort of like the tutorial dungeon. So we'll go through what's happened in the plot when we actually boot up the game. But in terms of where we're starting, it's around 40 minutes to an hour into it. So there's not going to be many spoilers and things like that. And we're going to be streaming it for around 2 hours. So, if you're conscious about what you're going to see and stuff, we completely understand. But also just wanted to give you a timestamp in case you're like, I might have seen the demo people playing this section or things like that. But also Nico has been doing hours of research and has so many fun facts to share. So we hope you're looking forward to it.
For a game that only just came out, so I will try my best. I really hope I'm not going to look like an idiot. Like, I just read one thing and it's like, oh, that's totally not what's going on.
Totally not what's going on.
Yeah. Also, I want to point out as well, we completely decorated the buddy bunk and all these like Atlas-inspired things.
Mixed with Halloween.
We literally have, look, buddies, like Unicorn Overlord right there on the unit with
which was published by Atlas as well.
We really need to figure this one out.
But Nico, bless the chat. We have been chatting away and we haven't even said hello to everyone in the chat yet.
Oh, you say hello to everyone from Guillotine. Clearly your favourites.
I'm just very excited that we have some more friends popping in to say hello. But we've also got a Bandit, Kiraya, Cat Snores, Ludent Atlas, Andy Slow, and Illusion, Coaching Womble, Sengui, and Silent Reset, and Crazy Murdav, Enceladus, Natok, A7X Scott, and Girl on Fire, and did I say Enceladus?
Yes.
Girl on Fire, ST McTavish, and I'll tell you who else is here, Nico. You're not going to believe it. It is none other than the legendary Costume Womble and Slayer James, as well as, I'll say, the only Jake ever, and also in the chat you are Neeks. You are not prepared to hear that the Crash Bandicoot 1 is in the chat, as well as Cat Snores, Bon Schweetz, and Lamode, and Neeks, the most hyped I've ever been. We've also got Fern in the chat, Kemposaurus Rex, and so many wonderful faces, including Megan, aka Leatherbound. Dan Law is in the chat. And thank you so much to our wonderful moderators, the Crash Bandicoot 1, aka Lee, Sengui, and Chocolate Breeder, for being our fantastic moderators.
So yes, one more thing as well to mention before we dive into the game. We obviously have this book over here called The Book of Eternityyy, and we have 2 books apparently today on stream, one behind us and one over here. And what we do with this book is we note down everyone who's either subbed, gave bits, donated or gifted anything for Throne, or raided into us. And if you've done any of those things, your name will be noted down in the Book of Eternity, and at the end of the stream we'll give you a wonderful little shout out for supporting the show, because like I said, 100% of the money that we make on buddyGames goes straight back into it, and we're currently working towards migrating all this stuff over to our place, which is going to be a fun challenge coming up. But what is it, we're going to make that work, but we might need to get like a couple of new things here and there,
but
just
primarily
to swap things out.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah. But primarily, this is a free show. If you would like to support us, or you like, the best thing you can do is spread the words of buddyGames and get some more wonderful buddies into the chat, and just watching in general. Thank you so much, Silent Reset. You are too kind for your subscription for 7 months. But because we've got the little Cuphead. But I will just say we are so close to 3,000 followers on Twitch, which is incredibly exciting. And just thank you all so much for your.
Hold up. How many is that? 10 from Jake.
You didn't have to do that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my days.
And we got Liam in the chat as well, who's the 3rd member of buddyGames. Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh my god, Bonnie as well.
And one comes through with the Prime sub as well.
We need to boot up the game now because we've been chatting for far too long.
Yeah, this is when we say like, oh, we were going to play some metaphor. Jokes on you.
Wait, it's just chat and stream.
We're going to play Windblown again.
More Windblown. But let's delve into the game, and I will explain very quickly what's happened in the story. Where's the button? There it is.
You almost pressed the wrong button.
Well,
again.
not my fault. It's right next to the ending screen.
Yes, anyone that has got a sub from Jake, please, if you're in the chat right now, feel free to spam your favorite Halloween emotes that we've got today. I'm still going through all the other emotes, but as you can already probably see with what I'm wearing, I've been very busy with a lot of other things as well. If you're going to be at EGX, you will see me in this attire as well, by the way.
Yeah, so...
yeah, I'm talking over the game. What am I doing?
You are indeed.
Yeah,
Shut up. The game is more important.
Yes.
So, welcome. There you go. I'm going to say Girl on Fire agrees with me. So, welcome to the world of Metaphor. What's essentially just happened in the story so far is that we are this protagonist over here with the blue hair. We get to name the protagonist, and we have called them... let's see if it will actually pop up with their name. I'm not sure if it will right now.
Not in this menu yet.
But we have called him Liam.
Yes.
So we have got
our
protagonist here is called Liam. He's been sent on a secret mission. The secret mission is to help a prince because the prince has been cursed, and this mission will essentially send a message over to someone who is like on the inside of the general army type thing. So we joined the army essentially to get this message to our insider in order to let them know about the prince, who is who we are trying to help.
So, even though Atlas has wonderful introductions and stuff, we would also really like to show the game, and this is the thing that we have at Persona 3 Reload, where there was a lot of expository at the beginning of the game. So we kind of cut that off to a good starting point for this, and we're doing the same. So I understand if that might be a little bit like what you kind of wanted to see today, but don't worry, there's hundreds of other streamers right now that will show you that as well. So we're just kind of cutting it to a little bit more of a different part of the game.
And also, this is our, they're not friends.
That's a huge door, by the way.
It is a big door. But this is Stroll, who we have just met, and you're all going to love him as well. So should we delve into the big open door? Yeah,
one thing, that is, he's voiced by Stuart Clark.
Yes, and, in the English version.
Yeah, in the English version, yes. We're playing in English, by the way, for lurkers in the chat. And Stuart Clark also did the character. The name escapes me for a second, but he's the character that has the Bahamut spell under him, and it was a wonderful performance. And I have a feeling that Stuart Clark is going to overdo that role, and even do a better job with this one, because now he has main character seat.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to see what Stuart Clark does with this role.
But let's see what's in the door.
Yes, let's go. Enough stalling.
Blood!
Hope it's not Chris's blood. Oh.
There it is. That's a human.
A human, Rosie.
A human? But we're humans.
I don't look anything like that.
Ah, that's debatable. You're both wearing a lot of red.
It looks like the, like one of the Digimons looks a bit like that.
Insomnia Aaron says proper anime cutscene. This game is filled with them.
Yes.
Like all the sort of artistic designs they've gone for this game, as you will see, is absolutely stunning.
Hurry.
Yeah, and it obviously feels very familiar if you've played any Persona game in the past. There's elements of Persona 5 in here, elements of Persona 4 I've seen in this as well. I've even seen Shin Megami Tensei in this game as well, Shin Megami Tensei 5. It truly is like a celebration of all these other games that Atlus and Studio Zero have made in the past. And I've got tons of things to say about the art style, but I need to learn to not give everything in the beginning of the stream.
What do you think?
Oh no, our camera is there. We go.
We'll put the camera over here for today.
I don't know if I can do it. Or are you going? Go on, Liam.
Got it.
I was really hoping he'd say thank you, Liam.
Thank you so much for the hype train, everybody.
Thank you so much for the hype train. That means the world to us. So thank you. Right, so I'll probably skip through like the tutorials and stuff.
Right. Let's do this.
Boom.
And
in the
boom.
game.
Just because I can explain it like in the flesh what it all means. So when you have an encounter, if you press triangle, you might have seen the prompt squad popped up. When you press that, that means you're engaging in the battle. As you can see, we've got all of our sort of button prompts, such as...
Very Persona 5-esque, isn't
yeah,
it?
very, yeah. So you've got all your different menus and rules.
It's got like track motion going on as well with the little text.
Yes, and you may see that at the top there are two sort of crystal icons. That's essentially how many turns you have until it's the enemy's turn. And if, I'm sure the game will explain later, but if you hit the enemy's weakness or you stun them, you get one more turn as well. So, you know, definitely consider that. So let's go in with just some slashing.
We're gonna make some boiled eggs over here.
Stroll is acting automatically at the moment, but I will say, just in case some of you might... we can do this, Liam. Just in case some of you are wondering, you do control the party inputs later on. Just in this beginning area, it's very much... He'll sort himself out.
Yeah, as Katsno's already pointed out, the Persona people do not know how to make an ugly menu. Yeah, they have absolutely stepped it up game after game when it comes to their menus, and Metaphor is no exception.
No exception.
And one of the things I love about the menu right now is that it uses all these like I forgot the name of like back in like Renaissance times, because Renaissance is going to be a big influence on this art anyways. Uses this particular like long, almost a dagger-like pen to draw with back in the day, and you use like rulers and compasses as well to draw circles. That was very like popular back then, and that's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing, like these very almost like fine, almost scratch-like lines through the interface.
Yeah.
And it kind of almost is all based off like the Vitruvian Man, I think is what they called it. It's one of Da Vinci's work and stuff, where you see those lines all over the place as well. And this is where I was very happy to see this, is that this game uses a lot of typography as well. And for those who know a little bit about typography, you have this thing called serif and sans serif, Rosie. And a serif font... I should probably grab Mr. X.
Yeah, go on, grab Mr. X.
Yeah,
I'm leaving it on this menu so you can make your point.
Thank you. So I can make a point quickly. So when you have a serif font, you have obviously a letter... let's grab the letter U over here. You've got these little things on the ends over here. These are what you call serifs. And back in the day, serif was used to kind of like to make it a little bit easier to read what the letters are. It's just like little hooks to just identify it in your head a little bit nicer. And when you play a Persona game, there's tons and tons and tons of sans serif fonts, which means they are without those edges. But because this is like an older style, when it goes for like more fantasy, more like historical and stuff, you're going to see only those kinds of fonts. And what's cool with that is that apparently they go above and beyond. They do every single kind of font that you can think of within serif as well, because not only does this have like does it have like old style fonts in this game, which is like one of the first typographies as well. It also has what is it? Gosh, what was it called? Like in the 1700s, they had like this serif font where you have like these different thickness to the letters as well, so you have that, and then you have slap serif, which is another sort of like font for your decisions as well. Like this font only gets used for when you do stuff in the game,
right?
So it's almost like that's your narrative choice. And yeah, they just experiment with that all the time. Times New Roman kind of fonts are used for predominantly when people are speaking, which kind of comes off as like you're reading a book and stuff. So there's so much like cool stuff going on with the typography as well, and it just shows that not only do they just go for a style, but they go the extra mile of like finding these like little finesses within fonts as well.
Yeah, definitely. Really Crush says, welcome everyone to Fun with Fonts. It is very interesting to hear. Jake says, I am such a font head. This is music to my ears. Honestly, Nico, you and Jake are like such a pair. You're both the exact same, I swear.
Really now?
Oh,
yeah, I'd
nearly.
love to meet Jake one day, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, there's tons of trophy. Stunning.
I stunned the tooth.
Oh, that's why.
This is how it feels when
Are
you go
those
to
like the hands in Persona? Is that what they resemble?
Well, so, you know, games from these developers always seem to have some symbolism of like kind of weirdly like the human body and like us and representation and stuff. Already we've seen the big monster who is referred to as a human and stuff. So this is probably similar to that idea, but it's a monster tooth. And this is how it feels when you go to the dentist and they clean your teeth.
So another thing, as you can hear, the music, right, we haven't talked about that yet, but the music is iconic in this game already because the composer for this game is the same composer as for games like Persona 3, 4, and 5, and he's known for like making this very like popish sound, but also having like a very skill set under like the different other genres, like that you've heard in Persona 3. Persona 3 has so many kinds of styles in it, and how hard he went on Persona 5 with acid jazz.
Yes.
So with this one, they were like went a completely different route with it as well, and said like we want this more classical sounds, like more European. And they massively succeeded with it. But even that, there's like tons of cool details in it. Because it's got opera in it, for instance. So rather than you have someone singing very popish, now you have someone singing like more traditional opera. Yeah.
Which is fantastic. It's very, very, very good.
So we have been gibberishing with that one. But it turns out the opera singer is actually singing a language.
I just don't know what the language is.
And the language that he's singing is called Esperanto. Do you know anything about...
Oh, what a good language name!
Yeah, do you know what Esperanto is?
No, but I want to learn it. I want to be with someone who knows Esperanto in their presence.
Fern says Esperanto is sick. Yeah, so look, you gotta give a little history lesson with that one.
Is it the crazy murder? Or Crazy Murder says the language of love. Is it really?
I have not heard that description for it, but I'd say it's more like not collaboration, like communion, I suppose.
Collaboration.
But yeah, basically the idea of Esperanto is that when we have a language with different countries and stuff, they tend to be very like tainted based on their culture. And also not only that, but language can also be very hard to learn. Like if you come from an English background, well, good luck learning, Mandarin. That's quite difficult. Likewise, it's the same. But also you have particular political opinions, like proverbs and different use of kanjis. Like kanjis, for instance, no offense, but there's some really sketchy kanjis out there where you're like, why are they using this kanji to describe that? That's kind of, it falls a bit like in a sexist category. So, languages have all these like colors to them as a result, and Esperanto is the one language where someone came in and just said, we're gonna make a language that is easy to learn for everyone, and the rules are super simple on that one, but with that, everyone can learn that language. It's made by a Russian guy back in the 19th century, by the way.
Okay, right.
And the beauty of that language is that everyone can learn it, and it's super simple and has no bias towards any other language. It is literally made so that humans can talk to each other, that there's community with each other, so that we can collaborate and not have these language barriers or hissy talks about, haha, you don't know this language, you don't understand that, right? So it's all about bringing people together. And that's kind of a bit of the point of this game, isn't it? It's all about, like, you have these countries with their rules and they're fighting against each other. And now... here comes the final catch on that one. Not only does that language the language it speaks, but the word Fantazio in the title is fantasy in Esperanto.
Oh.
So now you know what languages that's based off of. So there you go, buddies. That's the language that the guy right now is singing to you.
Let's listen to him for a bit.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's pump him up.
If only someone understood it.
I know, but I love it.
It's pretty good. Wait, Rosie.
What?
Chris Murdoch was pointing out, where's Johnson?
Johnson! Well, this isn't the spooky playthrough. This is just...
No, we're going to put Johnson on here.
Hang on, I've got to sort out Johnson. I'll sort out Johnson in a minute.
Rosie wants to have Johnson on her.
Yes. Hang on, let's turn this down. It's the spooky month, therefore Johnson must always be on my head, but I'll do that in a moment.
But yeah, it's like...
I think that's all of them.
yeah, whilst you do, I can also explain some other stuff as well. So the character art, for instance, is also interesting because when we have artistic styles and whatever from the past, there's different ways how you can draw. You can draw with chalk, you can draw with pen, you can draw with paint, and that kind of watercolor. And this game is fascinated by watercolors and stuff. You see that because you see like tons of layers. Over like here, you can see the nice brush strokes going on.
You'll see it later as well. I will just say, like, already we had people in the chat saying, like, oh, the menu already looks really pretty. This isn't even the final pause menu.
There's a reveal of a menu in this game. They know their audience.
Yeah,
they know that you want to see that.
The actual menu, you're like, oh, mwah,
yeah,
mwah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at all of the Johnsons! I'll put Johnson on at the next cutscene.
You can see it over here, for instance, where you see that the character art is made with lots of different art styles at the same time. And you're going to see that a lot as well. And I hope we're going to see even more art styles like pointillism or something coming through whilst describing the world of Fantazio. So it's like, it's almost pure fantasy as fantasy could get, where it doesn't just like stick to one lane, but experiments in many. Like the soldier outfits, for instance, I noticed, they not only do they have this almost like 18th century military outfit, they also have actual armor over them as well.
Yeah.
So it reflects almost two eras of war at the same time. I absolutely love what direction this game is going.
And I do want to say just very quickly as well, when you talked about the world of Metaphor Fantazio, I will just say that this game it's really interesting how it's taking the approach of what is a fantasy. Like, as soon as you boot up the game, it asks you like a big question on what you think fantasy is, and the general sort of vibe we're getting so far is that our world, like where you and I live, that is the fantasy world to these characters' world. And in this world, there are multiple races, but there is sadly discrimination, and so it covers very sad topics and things like that. You might have just seen that soldier who was just down here said, oh, you're an elder, and he wasn't very positive about that at all, which isn't very nice at all. But this game is kind of like their fantasy is being in a world like ours, where everyone is equal, there are no one's any different to each other. So it's it's really interesting how it's tackling like the idea of fantasy itself.
Yeah.
But it's it's a bleak world as well, so definitely something to consider.
Yeah, so the book that we showed, it's the main character carries his book with him, and that's where he reads up about this supposed world where there's unity, there's simplicity, everyone lives in formality and that kind of stuff, which is very much how we live. We live quite bleak, we live quite simple. But at the same time, he addresses things like, but there's no political conflict, or what is it, that other races think that they are better than one another, which is basically not the case in our world, because that sadly is a thing in our world. So in their head, they've romanticized this idea of how we live, but in a weird way, we romanticize the way how they live.
Yeah, it's like, they've got magic.
Yeah, it's I wish I could fly, right? And
I want a fairy best friend.
So I think that we're going to see more of that in this game. I think that's going to be a big theme in it. So yeah.
So what you can do as well is, let me just explain what I've been doing here. So as I mentioned, when you approach an enemy, you press triangle to initiate the turn-based combat.
Yeah.
But if you think that you're a good enough level, or they're weaker, because you can scan with L2 as well, which I haven't really been doing, but you can do that. You can take a couple of hits in first, and if you're stronger, the enemy's dead. The enemy's dead, and you still get the XP.
We can do this.
If it's like yellow, so you're kind of par, then you can stun them, as I've just been doing here, and then you have the advantage in battle. So it's also just really fun to engage in the combat in this game.
Yeah.
The Luden's Atlas says the grass is always greener on the other side, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, this game is all about the grass being greener on the other side. It's like Chicken Run.
Richie, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Richie! Thank you all so much for joining us on our bonus stream as well. It means the world to us. How are you all doing this Friday evening? Sorry, I feel like we haven't been able to talk to the chat much because we've got so many things we want to say about Metaphor, and we're very excited. But how are you all doing? What are you all playing? What are you up to on your lovely Friday evenings? Apart from watching buddyGames, of course.
Yeah, and I'm very excited, like I said, that this game is finally out.
They saw us.
I've been saying since the I've been saying since the beginning of the year that I really think this could be a potential game of the year, and it's too early for me to really give it that title, but the stage already is very promising. I've come to learn that with Persona games and Shin Megami Tensei is that there's a very deep underlying message, and I love it. I honestly think that if you're willing to dive deep in these games, they're incredibly rewarding for those who want to learn about very heavy themes in life.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I really like to study about that kind of stuff when I can with a video game. So I think that Metaphor's got a thing going on with that too.
Snore says, I need to know if the Metaphor main character looking like the Persona 3 main character is intentional at all, especially since they released Persona 3 Reload this year, so he's fresh in our minds. It is a good question. Like, there are references to other Atlus games within this, which is why I've been saying it for ever since, well, not for ages, ever since I previewed this, I've said that this feels like a celebration from Atlus of their games and everything. It's like everything they've learned, they've put into this game, and they're also, celebrating their history and what they've made in the past. So it could be intentional, but also it could just be that they just like this character's design.
Yeah. I mean, you're bound to kind of run into the same designs anyways when you've made, like, the 90th game. Insomnia Aaron, thank you so much for the highlight. I just took a sip, so I'll just take that as that
They're
one.
a level 3. Go on, let's... Oh, no, they got the advantage.
Oh, no!
I did that on purpose, clearly, to show you what it's like when you...
Now you get my favorite song in the game. Are you ready, Rose? So good. So, the opera singer, thank you, Marco Meatball on YouTube. He made an analysis on this one, so I'll take it from him. But he mentioned that the singer sings on quarter notes. So he hits like within every bar, he hits every beat, he hits it 4 times. And what's cool about that is that not only does he do that, but on every bar, he then changes it up a little bit with like a higher attack. So it's not just, if you were singing it like normally, it would just be like... He basically goes... He has like a little ha on every like second bar. And then he has like a tiny little bridge where he goes... And I just love that. Like, literally...
Hang on, let me turn the game down whilst you're making all these pitches.
So literally, something as simple as hit the notes, right? Just hit the notes. He hits it not only perfectly, but he adds a little bit of character in it as well, which again shows that the devil is in the detail with these songs. You could make these songs so simple, but even with those things, they do a little bit of an extra job alongside it, which I just think is so incredible. It shows that this game truly deserves a title like a 9.4 out of 10. Because most games would just cut it there and say, I've done enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, just thought it was an interesting detail to share.
No, definitely. Sorry, I'm focusing on the fight. Stroll isn't doing too healthy, but I'm kind of trying to see if I can hold him out until the next story thing happens. But Neeks, while I hydrate from Insomnia Aaron, can you read out what some people say they're up to on their Friday evening?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. See, Chris, remember I was going to play some Call of Duty Zombie. Good luck with that one.
Oh, nice.
Karaya points out that it's also Dragon Ball Day. I think you're talking about Sparking Zero, aren't you, Karaya? Yeah, I really enjoyed Kakarot, so I know some friends of mine who are actually quite excited for that too. And I've been very busy with a lot of other games. I would love to check out Sparking Zero, but it's definitely going to be a back burner game for me. Tim McTavish says, I'm doing well, thanks buddies. I'm enjoying the bonus stream. No worries, McTavish. Silent Red says, I'm torn on what to play. Silent Reset, that's going to be a difficult one because Metaphor's a huge RPG and there's so many good RPGs coming out as well. Romancing Saga 2, it's got a remake, is coming out, and I know that Japan is super excited for it.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that game as well. I hope that we can cover it on buddyGames as well. And we got Fantazio also coming out. Square Enix is not giving people a break. It's coming out in December. No idea how big that game is, but it's made with Nobuo Uematsu and has Sakaguchi's final soundtrack in that one, because he said he is not going to be doing any big, major compositions in games anymore again. But yeah, who knows? Maybe he's like Miyazaki, he can't just sit down and he will keep going. They have... what is it? Is there a dino in that egg? Yeah, there's a little creature.
It's a dinosaur. I do love how literally like the game introduces you like you fight wolves, egg and teeth. My 3 arch enemies.
That does sound like Persona. It says, Jake says, shoutouts to Marco Meatball. Watched that video this morning on School Run. Yeah, I've watched some of his previous work as well. I was very happy to see he covered Grandia one day, which is like a soundtrack I think deserves way more recognition. Yeah, he obviously is a massive opera fan. I mean, he is an opera singer himself, so it was given that he was going to have some good material to write for this one. But yeah, I'm glad you see the same video.
Oh, I don't want to risk it.
Oh, Cat Snore says, I finished Ghost Trick today and trying to go for the
Oh,
plat.
that's a great game.
That's a super good game. Enjoy.
Okay, let's go. Let's go see the human.
Marco is known for doing Latin reading on the Bloodborne songs, in case you're wondering. Yeah, 100% worth looking into.
Damn. Such tremendous power.
It's horrible. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
We can't let it get away with this. We have to hold it off somehow.
Perra!
Damn humans. It was all because of them.
We'll just have to make it work.
No, the mission depends on our survival.
Oh, can you do it, Rose?
Vile monster. You're mine.
Well, I did 1 damage, and so did Stroll, so we're off to a great start, aren't we?
You are manually fighting with Stroll, right?
Huh?
You are manually fighting with Stroll,
going
right?
No, not right now, but we will be. You do in the future.
Okay.
I'm not going down like this.
Yeah, because like just like in Persona, you can strategize and say like I want you to do these kind of attacks. So if you're very much like a Persona 3 Fez nut, there's a little bit of that in there as well. If you want them to do the talking
How
for
is it
you.
this strong?
Megan in the chat says, "What is this creature? It's a human." Are you saying you don't like, you know, when you go down in town, you don't see these humans in the shop? I don't know about you. I see them everywhere.
I am a noble, and a noble defends
It's
his
funny you
people,
say that, Aaron,
no matter the cost.
because
Farewell.
the creator of Nier Automata
Live.
was was also a big fan of Metaphor, and he said like it was one of like the best games he's played. So it's funny you make that parallel.
This is it.
Stroll!
Please say something.
Stroll! Don't be a fool. Just run before it.
I love his eyes.
They're so beautiful.
Maybe it's
That's
because
the prince.
Maybe it's biased because it's BuddyGames colors, but
Vanquished traveler,
He's a big BuddyGames fan.
thy fate is crown twined, thy soul bound for the throne. The future yet unknown dawns in this moment. Thy path may fork, but only one may be chosen. Confront the threat before thee, or die here in obscurity. Now choose.
I choose.
So be it. Heroism lies in the soul that stands firm against its fears. Power awaits thy command. The time is come to awaken the hero within. Engrave thy very heart.
Kingdom Hearts is Crazy Murdoch.
You rip your heart out and then shout into it as if it's a speaker, right, or a microphone. I love it.
Yeah, it's like speaking from the heart, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Look at that majestic cape. Oh, majestic. A seeker is a seeker, even when awoken.
What the heck is going on? Anyway, we've got to find a way to fight back.
So, for those of you who may be familiar with the Persona, the personas in Persona, these are archetypes, which is essentially, as you've just seen, it's like it's like when you have you ever had a dream that you
Yeah. Deep breath.
It's an awaken. It's when you awaken. That's when you bring out your archetype. It's in a weird way. It's like when you face your anxiety. That's when you sort of the heroism within you is manifested, which is probably a terrible way of describing it.
Wind.
But it's very cool. Look, you're a cool thing with magical powers
Trust
now.
me, it's really cool.
Trust me,
So
though, it's
shows it.
really cool. And look, now you've got orange outlines, and orange is my favorite color. Cat Snore says, I saw on Reddit someone point out that the heart is designed to look like an old school microphone, and I love that. I know, it's so cool the way that literally they just speak into their hearts after they've ripped it out. It's so good.
Virus is here as well. Welcome on in.
Hello, wonderful to see you. As well as, I don't think we've said hello to Edward Hulse as well. Wonderful to see you, Edward. Thank you so much for joining.
Looks like it mainly attacks with the head wings and blade feet.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I got excited. I wanted to use the wind magic. Okay, here we go. Right, this is what I wanted to do.
Scour.
Get that weakness. And now I've got another attack, so let's do it again.
Wind.
What's also interesting is that this is the first time where the protagonist, I mean, technically it's not a Persona game, so I think you can't fully count it. But this is the first time the protagonist speaks like their own lines every now and then.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Yeah.
It's eating its own fruit to heal? We can't kill it fast enough. It's just
Also, buddies, how
no matter what we do.
How are the audio levels, by the way, buddies? Are they all right? I realise that there's talking in these games. We just want to make sure that we don't clash with when the characters speak and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's simple. Just don't talk when they talk.
Just don't talk.
Just don't talk.
Just play the blooming game.
I tell you what, I'm just going to try and hit it with my sword. There we go. Everyone, thank you, Liam McTavish, for saying audio was good, and Crazy Murder says audio levels. I thought this was a silent stream.
Let's go.
I couldn't keep up that joke anymore. Oh, Lisa saying muted is funny. It wasn't muted all along. It was a funny joke. A funny Halloween joke.
I think we'll regret it. You know, maybe there's something I can do. Hey, can you let me handle this?
Please do, Gallica.
Understood. Leave it to me.
I love that she wears like a knight armor as well.
I know, and it's an awesome looking knight armor.
Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
Right, here we go. So now we can't heal. We're going to go back in with the wind. Yes, here we go. I might give myself a little... Oh, no, I'm resistant, so it's fine. Oh, do I give myself a little heal? No, I'll be all right for a bit. He's only seeming to do 7 damage, so... Yeah, there we go. Take that. Richie thought it was a funny joke. It was a very funny joke, Richie.
Vitus power.
Go on. I'm not going to risk it. Let's do a little heal.
He reminds me of the weird plant that spins around in what is it? In Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I'm pretty sure Echoes of Wisdom had one as well. It's one of the very first big plant like enemies you kill. This spins as well.
Oh yeah, I know the ones you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, I see. Yeah.
If you've got a lot of blades on you, you gotta spin. Is what video games taught me. And with that said, don't spin when you hold a lot of knives. Don't do it. You didn't hear that from me. Don't do that. Just realize how bad that sounded.
Okay.
And there we go. Not only does your hero level up, but also your archetype as well.
For greater heights.
And you're going to strive for greater heights.
These
Go on,
color contrasts
Liam.
are so good.
I love our Liam. Looking at this character, I look at them and I'm just like, oh, they're such a Liam. Like, look at Lee. He's such a Liam. I'm so happy.
What can you make him like?
Oh.
Fuck his nose.
Who's a good Liam? Boom.
Thank you, Guillotine,
got-
for providing us with the key, and trusting us with your games.
Here comes the aeroplane.
Yeah.
You got a bit of sleepy dust in your eyes. Let me just...
Yeah.
There you go.
There
I
you
know. Who's a good boy? Oh, hang on, wait.
Oh, make sure you clean your ears out, Liam.
These ears are very dirty. This man has dirty ears.
But show it to him. He doesn't see it. Put it in
doesn't
front of his eyes.
Look!
Do you see how dirty it is?
Look how dirty your eyes are. I mean, your ears, not your eyes. It's like a little...
Don't rub it on his eye. Yeah, then it
No,
gets dirty.
he's gone back on his shoulder now.
Just wipe it off of him quickly.
Just put it in his...
There you
go. Just
There
wiped it on
done.
his t-shirt.
Now you can...
Whee! you.
Toodle off. There you go.
Anyway, we're gonna use a lot more magic, so I'm gonna.
The familiar stats for Persona fans here.
Yes. So there's one stat that you get automatically when leveling up, and then you get to pick where the other one goes.
Power is born of the heart, a wish from which thy strength is drawn. Yet fear and anxiety always trail in such a wish's wake.
God, there was a saying of that, like how
Since time
being fearful
immemorial,
and being
those we call heroes have
proud
earned
or
the
something
title through this
go
order.
hand in hand.
They pursued their wishes and boldly walked a path of virtue.
And I will say as well, when we were at the preview event, we had like a little session with some members of Atlas, which was amazing. And they did say that the big theme of this game, probably the biggest theme, is actually anxiety, which is really fascinating. Already you're hearing kind of the word anxiety being used about talking about archetypes and being a hero and facing your fears and stuff. And especially I think anxiety is a big thing that's in a lot of people's lives. So it's just really interesting to see that that's been their main theme of this game.
Yes. Abramelon says, been intrigued by it, never really gave it a chance. Do you think I should go in? Absolutely. 100%.
Yes.
I think this is the time to check it out. Just keep it easy, keep it simple. Just go for this one. See how it treats you. And then from there on out, you can maybe get like another Persona game or something. I just don't overwhelm yourself because there's a lot of them and they're huge. So might as well just get one, see how it works out for you, and then get the other ones.
And I will say as well, since you've never played a game like this before, do be prepared to put a few hours into it until you get really into the meat of it. And we've got Kevin Scully subscribing, who says 39 months. And Kevin says, good evening, buddies, evening chatters. Sorry I can't hang around. Hope you're enjoying your game.
No worries.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much for popping in and for resubbing. You're very kind. I don't have to do that. And I hope that you had a wonderful time with Little Nightmares 2 yesterday, as well as then going back into Jin Sakai's World of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Kevin was our final guest on the Bloodborne playthrough.
What was that power you used?
So if you enjoy games like Bloodborne, do check his content
Your
out.
whole body was... It was crazy.
We transformed into a thingy. Stroll's alright!
That Stroll guy is still alive.
I saw as well, Avaris says, I'm so pumped y'all are streaming this. I had to leave my game behind to work, so I still get to watch it. Oh, I'm so sorry that work got in the way of video game time.
Don't you just hate it?
Don't you just hate it when you have to work rather than staying at home playing video games?
Go watch buddyGames. Forget work.
Come join us with Metaphor.
Send your manager. Send your manager over here. We'll discuss it with them.
We'll give them our buddyGames card and say, it's okay. Tell your manager to come join us as well. Anyway, who's this?
It's Big Boss.
Oh, thank goodness you're alive.
Allies United. So Grius is the sort of inside contact who we've been told to look for to send the message about the prince. So, or
Look
the
at how
secret
happy
message
Gallic is
anyway.
about
She's
it.
so, look at her
Yeah,
face.
she's
I
very
love
cute.
her. She's so sweet.
She is.
Gallica, you made it.
Yeah, we did.
You look
our
at a
man on
character
Manfac,
design like
the one
that, and
I'm
you just go,
delivering the
"Please don't
message
betray me."
He's badly hurt.
Like,
just-
I love your
Lend me your
warmth.
shoulder. We'll
Please
need to carry him.
don't betray me. Don't stab me in the back halfway through.
Please. I love it as well. Just seeing the character be like, Liam, he's a man on the inside.
It's like when you see characters like that, Rosie. It's it's either going to end in two ways. Either he dies, or he betrays you.
Yeah, literally, as soon as you met this character, literally he said hello, and you were like, he's gonna betray you. I was like,
I mean, I've played too much Metal Gear to know where this is going. No, just kidding. We'll have to wait and see.
The smell of blood will draw out the beasts.
It's all in good time.
Let's not hang
Okay.
about.
I just love him, but I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
Exactly.
The lad's out cold, but he'll live. We should be fine if we take a moment's rest here.
Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes, Grius. Just wish it were under better circumstances.
We're both alive, and you can't ask for much better in these parts. Sorry I couldn't join you in the fray. So, this is our newcomer, eh? How'd this boy manage to command power like that?
It's like nothing I've ever seen. Do you know anything about it?
I might. For now, the mission comes first.
Ah, right. I'd better just get straight to the message. Grius, you have a new mission. Avenge the king. And kill Luis Guillotine.
Well, good. It's about damn time.
I feel like I should say as well, I haven't even missed the main element of this, is that at the very beginning of the game, before you even click new game, you get one of those pre-menu cutscenes, and you see the king of this world has been killed. Oh my gosh, Marin!
Thank you so much for contribution.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Nico's got the Book of Eternity, but he's just looking something up very quick.
Yes.
But you are so kind. Thank you so much for your constant support, for your enthusiasm for the blue PSP as well.
Yes, thank you so much for that one.
But sorry, just quickly going back. Yes, the king of this universe has been murdered by a character called Louis. So, is it Louis or Luis? I think it's just Louis. Yeah, it is Luis. And he is who we want to kill or stop because we're friends with the prince. The prince is still alive. He's just sort of cursed and in a massive coma at the moment. But the world thinks the prince is dead, apart from this small group. So we want the prince to be okay, to kill Luis. And Luis is also the one who cursed the prince. So the theory is kill Luis, the prince will be cured. So that's sort of like what's happening in terms of the royal politics happening.
What's also interesting to point out, when you pick a difficulty for this game, because obviously you didn't show that, you can pick between a couple of them, and the hardest difficulty has a really interesting name. It's called Regicide. And if you don't know what that is, that is to basically overthrow a monarchy by murdering them.
Oh god, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the hardest difficulty.
What an intense difficulty name.
Regicide. There you go, if you don't know that word. I didn't know it as well until today. But yeah, that's the thing with this game.
Lena says, murdered? Yes, they've been murdered. The drama. Immediately you start with horrific drama.
Those scheming nobles haven't said so publicly, but every soldier knows it was
I think I was
nothing
going to put
natural
ourselves
that killed
here.
the king.
Oh, that's right over the
Atlas.
text. Let's not do that.
Couldn't stop at one royal, could he?
Wait, there's more.
What about the
Prince
top
is
left?
getting worse. We're running out of
Let's
time.
hope so.
Here, look. I brought a treasure from the village. They called it a farsight mirror. You need
Oh
to
yeah,
see
these
the
things.
prince's
They're so
condition
cool.
For yourself.
And there's the prince.
They're like a camera and a picture at the same time. It's so weird.
His
both
highness
so
won't last
weird.
much longer. Those thorns are thick enough to claim him.
Luis cast the curse, so killing him is the only way to lift it. If we wait any longer, they're just gonna crown a new king.
Oh, Marin says, I fund the blue PSP since it's on the top of the page. Thought that meant it was what you wished for the most. Oh, Marin, that's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah, right now that's like the one that we have like as a fun goal to collect for, because yeah, once we have it, we can also stream PSP games in the future.
You have to kill him?
Suppose we'd better
What
start
is
at
it?
the beginning.
But right now, like obviously, we're gonna get a PS5 at some time soon for buddyGames.
Yes, 'cause
probably gonna be a normal PS5. I know that the Pro is now also a thing, but obviously because we're streaming 1080p, and I don't think Twitch is gonna be streaming in 4K anytime soon, is why we've decided to not go for a PS5 Pro. So hey, more money for other things for buddyGames as well. But yeah, we're gonna be in the market for a PS5 soon.
And thank you, Aaron, for the posture check. But let's find out who
About
Luis
15
is.
years ago, a child enlisted in the army. But it wasn't his age that had people talking. It was his ruthless military genius. Hero to some, monster to others.
Oh,
Luis
what's that, an auto?
Guillotine, a prodigal tactician and a master of magla arts. Some said it was only a matter of time before
How
he
big
made
his
general,
horns are as well.
the youngest the nations had.
Until he attacked the prince.
That night, when the prince's quarters were breached, it was no ordinary mage who cast that fatal curse. It was Luis Guillotine himself. But the son's death wasn't enough for him. Now he's got the father's blood on his hands. And if that king-slaying fiend ends up on the throne, we're all doomed.
But when we were exploring the royal capital, there were a lot more Luis supporters than I expected. How can they still trust him after all that?
Luis is cunning. He left no evidence. Accuse him as you will, the allegations wouldn't stick. All they could do was send him as far away as possible. A post in the middle of nowhere. Plenty of soldiers never believed the charges in the first place. When they look at him, they see a capable veteran unjustly made into the noble scapegoat. Most think the Royal Army was at its best when he was in charge. And in truth, it's hard to deny. Without him, we'd never have crushed the rebel uprising so quickly. Damn the man. But he's earned his titles. He's mastered the blade, magic, and he's clearly intelligent. To the masses who want change, he seems the savior they need.
If even you're that worried about him, then this isn't going to be easy.
So cool. Like,
And there he is, our main villain so
That's a
far.
hell of a mission. And I want in.
So that's your game, eh? Pretend to sleep, eavesdrop on the plan. You're a fool to give yourself away.
If you want my blood, then let your blade strike true.
Megan, I think everyone has a secret
going to
crush
run.
on Louise.
Not from
Let's
you,
not hide the
and not
truth
from a
here.
chance to do what's right.
Let's not hide the truth here.
Look, Grius, he saved our lives back there. And it sounds like we could use the help. Seems like kind of a waste to kill him.
Didn't you have something to say
Especially
about
if
that
he's
when you went to the
volunteering.
events and secret crushes?
Oh no, it wasn't secret. When I went to the event, everyone was saying how much they fancied Stroll. Literally, everyone was just like, you know, he's my husband. I love him already.
Why?
I would live,
Like
fight,
this
and
character
die
here.
a noble, sir. To have done otherwise would betray my title, to say nothing of my heart.
I'm just jealous of his hair. I wish I had
It's
hair
beautiful
like that.
hair. Like, look at that. It's,
I used to have hair like that.
Look
but
at
then
it. It's
all
layered.
Gone. It's all
it's
gone.
fluffy. It's beautiful. It just looks like such fluffy hair.
I'm losing my edge.
Even Grius's looks all like silky and lovely. Like, look at how it warps around his ears. Like, oh, it's beautiful hair.
Make me regret this, and I will slay you where you stand.
The
I
Ludens.
love that it's so dramatic. Yeah, you're just standing at like Liam in the corner, just standing like.
Yeah, Liam's Liam's just like, "Dun, dun, 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 what's going on?"
Slouched over.
The Ludens Atlas says, look at his cute little horns. Aww.
You'll let him help us?
Just go read your book, Liam.
Right then. My life and sword are yours.
Liam's just like, okay.
As far as the rest of the world's concerned, you perished in that castle. You'll find the job ahead will be easier for a dead man. Your lives are kept only by the blades in your hands, and you'll raise them at my command.
We have to.
Look at that difficulty level. So we got our first quest, which is save the prince from his curse and defeat Luis Gearburn, the treasonous fiend who not only attacked the prince, but murdered the king.
It's a very high rank mission, though.
Yeah, look
Are
at
you
that.
Sure we
Let's
can
do
take
it
that
right
on?
now. Right now.
If we're not back to the capital by then, we lose our chance at his head. But no main roads. That'll mean checkpoints.
Son of Glenn, I
and
think
questions.
that Liam is more like, this is fine.
We're bound
That kind of
to
energy. Like, world on
Cut
fire
through the
around him.
abandoned mine up ahead to save us going the long way round. For tonight, see to your wounds. We'll leave at first light. But I'm counting on you.
Before you move on, this will be a good opportunity for this. So, Tokyo Game Show happened a few weeks ago.
I was gonna say.
And they had a metaphor stage over there. They had a metaphor stage going on, and they had such a cool stage design over there. Check this out. This was their booth, and this thing was above it. It's apparently kind of like a moon-like thing.
Yeah, so
But just look at it. That thing is looming over you whilst playing the game.
So we don't know where we are in the game. We don't know what this moon is or anything like that. But
Exactly.
it clearly is a big role in the game since
Yeah.
it's like looming over
and
everyone.
It's looking over everything. But like, just look at that. Crazy, man. Can you imagine playing a game and that's hanging above you?
McTavish says that is such a good set design.
Yeah, it's like, if there's going to be like a theme of like a big threat looming over you, that is how you promote it. Because if the player feels like something is coming for them in the sky, then you, when you're playing the game, should feel that too.
Yes.
But it's just, you don't see this often. Like, we do have a giant cast at Gamescom nowadays, apparently, which I was very gutted that I had to miss. But yes, that's a thing that was at Gamescom that was worth showing off. No, Tokyo Game Show.
Also, I just want to say before I continue, Ian, yes, oh my gosh, they're releasing another Tomb Raider Remaster Collection.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
We're gonna have another.
Feels
Leave
like
me
the mission
alone.
is
I'm
finally
busy.
starting. Let's set up our camp then.
I'm looking forward. Are they gonna like redo the guy's animation that lays on the bed and you're like, yep, like that? Remember that?
Yeah, of course I do. That's a joke I made in my video.
With the slide
Thank
whistle,
your
yeah.
lucky stars you survived
That was
the
my
brush
joke.
of a
I'm very
human.
You were
very
very
funny.
good, Rosie. Yeah.
I'm very funny.
Very good.
I don't think I hear you tell me enough.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Aren't you amazing?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm terrible.
Indeed, correct. It was Big Banana. It was the
Big
same.
banana.
What the hell was that? It was like no beast I've ever seen.
No one truly knows. They're protected by MacLeod, so even the sharpest steel does little good against them. They're no simple beast. All we do know is with every passing year, more of their kind tear travelers apart. That was why I was first sent undercover here, investigating.
And? Did you learn anything?
Simmer down, boy. There wasn't a damn thing to be found in those monsters.
Ah,
Well, the moon's still low. If you've any other questions, now's the time.
Right, Neeks, what do you want to do? Do you want to talk more about the mission, or do you want to carry on to the next bit?
I'd say carry on to the next bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can't think of anything.
Come on.
There
there's
go. He
gotta be
talks.
something.
What?
Whatever's on your mind.
Kingslayer or no,
Oh,
Reese has a lot of
Gallagher's like,
public
no.
fame. To the people, he's the only man with the wit.
You can give
and
sassy
war
answers,
power to
remember,
bring
in
down
these
Yeah.
games.
The military seems powerless to stop them, so he plays savior. The man's practically a monster himself. By your age, he was not only a master tactician, but damn near an archmage besides.
and the three of us alone are supposed to stop him.
We'll just have to blend in with the crowd at the funeral. I won't abide him surviving the ceremony. He will die by my hand.
Like, even just look at the lighting and the color used here. It's gorgeous. Ooh, hello.
Yeah, this is very much like what Persona 3 Reload feels like. And
We
it's
gotta
feel
go
the camera. Yeah, I remember that running animation as
La,
well.
la,
Yeah,
la, la, la.
I can see Makoto running like that.
I'm in the woods. I'm in the spooky, spooky woods. What's over here? Hey, Stroll. We're in the woods.
Oh, you can talk to Gallica as well.
Yeah, so if you're ever stuck, you can talk to Gallica and
Oh, very much like Navi.
yeah.
Well,
That's good.
Then you can also talk to them as well.
What was that little timer next to the option?
So that means that you're going to progress to the next day in like the story for
Oh,
that.
okay.
So
Awesome.
so yeah, essentially what's happening now is that we have. Do we have the calendar yet? No, we don't. But we have a certain amount of time until it's the royal funeral.
Yeah.
So, like in Persona fashion, you've been given a deadline and you want to prepare yourself for that deadline in the days that you've got until then. So that's why time is a big element to this game. And also, you may be seeing them talk about igniters and stuff. Igniters are some of the characters like Grius have a lovely necklace on them, and that basically allows them to use magic. However, if you've got an archetype, then you don't need an igniter to use magic. You can just become the archetype and then go magic. Right, hello, Grius.
Huh?
Indeed.
Oh, Marin says, ooh, just noticed you were wearing a new t-shirt, Nico. Really cool. Great job. Brackets, wishing for the possibility of buying buddyGames merch in the future.
Yes, I got a thing say about that in a second. I'm trying to find. There we go. I'll take this one. An image for something else. I would love to show off. So, ooh, sorry, Rosie. One sec. There we go. Turn that one off. I'll come to that in a second. There we go.
So here's the weather.
Yes, t-shirt over here.
Can't sleep?
It's a one sec, Rose.
guess I'm not surprised.
It's
after what we
basically
just went
a buddyGames shirt that is custom made, and I'm going to be wearing this at EGX. But yeah,
Here's a little taster of what you can find at
yeah.
EGX, modelled by our very own
But
Nico Vlieg.
I do hope that if we ever get like a company that could print that kind of stuff, that we could actually
Still,
make these
you've gotta
available as
keep
well.
yourself
That is the
rested to get
goal
your best.
for them. But for now, we just have our own custom ones. So there you go. Like that's where that slap serif font comes in, where I was on about. So that font that's been used to describe your like I know, I'm not tired, that kind of stuff is completely different from the fonts in was it the Gallica Toxin.
I'm sorry, I've literally just noticed as well. Like, you know, I've played this for a few hours in my own time, but I've only just noticed. Where is Mr. X?
There he is.
There he is. You've got the bloomin' cutout of the character here.
Yeah.
I did not notice that at all.
I've noticed it, yeah.
That is so cool. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is.
And they use it in negative as well, so
Gonna
it's not
give
too
you a little
distracting.
bit of lipstick. Boom. Oh, it's so stunning, this game.
I know. I will.
I wanted to tell you, though. When the human attacked, I heard a strange voice. It told me my duty would be to guide you. What do you think it meant? I mean, I haven't exactly been much of a guide so far. All I told you was that we had to deliver our message, and that almost got you killed. I never expected it would be this dangerous, and it feels kind of like it's my fault.
Lee says, this man got that EGX drip. And McTavish says, I hadn't noticed that either. It's such a great feature. I know, look, I can't unsee it now.
In true Persona fashion, you have two answers and a snarky one.
Well, this is your file.
Yeah.
What do you want to...
Oh, I would say I don't mind a little danger.
I don't really mind.
I think it's very typical of like.
Look at his happy face.
Yeah, I know. They got the little what is it? Little bunny lips going
He's
on.
so cute.
Yeah.
That's
He
nice
is quite
of you to
precious,
say.
isn't he?
Look, I can't fight with you, but as long as you're up against all this scary stuff, I'll try to help however I can. You've got something special, you know. I don't know what it is just yet, but I believe in you. Oh, hey, you know what insomnia is good for? Catching up on reading.
I just want to say as well, the English cast have done such a good job with
If
this
only our
game.
lives
Yeah.
were anything like the world in your novel. It's just war after war here.
The voice in the
With
sky
Navarre
was
spewing
Elsie
flames.
Lovelock.
But
In
it's a
case
nice
you know
fantasy.
her.
Elsie.
I
Enjoy it
think
while
she
you
worked
can.
with your brother a few times actually.
Oh.
Back when she was like a YouTuber.
Good night.
And you got that scary eye. Granda's eye. And here we go. Big room, blue.
Well, hello.
Cat.
Nice to meet you. I've been waiting.
And there we have our Igor. Because guess
And now
what?
you've
This game
acquired
has its
the
own
most
velvet
interesting
room,
power.
Rose.
And it's a gorgeous room.
Yes. Be our guest, be our guest.
You truly are an intriguing one.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm Liam.
I have to ask Rosie, because
Fascinating.
I know you love voices that do this. So my question to you is,
I can reach out to
do you have a crush on this man already?
I'm still... The thing is, I'm still getting
You
to...
can be honest, Rosie.
I'm still
Do
getting
you want me to keep talking like this to you?
Oh, Nika, calm down. Oh, Monsieur, please. Still learning about all the characters and everything yet, so I feel like it's unfair to judge them all
Is he
yet.
a potential boyfriend?
He is a potential. He is a potential, definitely.
Yeah.
He's just got a very soothing voice. Like, it's a very soothing approach to the character compared to, like, Igor. Like, it's gone from Igor, who's, I'm trying to remember the English voice he had, but he's always just like, yes, welcome.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just kind of like that.
Welcome to the velvet room.
Yeah, like that sort of vibe.
Yeah.
And now you've just got, like, a more, like, hello, I'm your calming voice in this beautiful room with the opera music. It's like, ooh, this is a much calmer vibe.
And, like the velvet room has this like opera-like voice, and now it's very angelical.
And also, Lee, why am I going on the sofa? What did I do?
You fancy another man. That's why.
He's the one who did it.
No, don't look at me. Lee saying
My
it.
name is Moore.
I haven't done
I am
anything.
the humble author of the novel you've been reading. You stand now in my study. Quite something, isn't it? A hall of wisdom.
Oh, there's the cat.
Purpose-built for the research of certain powers. I call it academia.
And then you got the man
Alas,
drawing
it's
of
as
Da
much a
Vinci in the
prison
back
as
as well.
His most
There it is again.
Merciful Majesty saw fit to lock me in this place. It has me a bit addled, honestly. I no longer remember where in the kingdom.
Lena, we don't know. You can give it a name if you like. What's she called, Lena?
You know, the cat does have a name.
Oh.
It's
Oops.
it's called, I want to say Plateau. I think that's the name of the cat. You do learn a bit further down in the game, but I do remember it was something like Plateau.
I never imagined my voice would reach beyond these walls.
And also, hello, Sorafang. Wonderful to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Your voice definitely reached people, don't worry.
I think Nico fancies more. I think he's trying to put it on me, but I think Nico really fancies more.
So, what would you say to an alliance?
Do you join the Covenant, Rose?
This is why. Hang on. I'm going to go to sleep.
If I learn anything from Bloodborne, just say yes.
What kind of alliance?
Bloodborne alliances are like free coupons at a convention. You just take it. You just say, yes, I want that. I will take your filthy energy drinks. I will take your cheap chocolates. Don't worry.
Oh, look at Liam's face. He's so scared and confused.
I believe you have found a way to reach true magic.
Yes, there you go. Lee now says Nico, a night on the couch for you.
You can even change your appearance using the raw magma within. It is above all a mystic, long-hidden art. Now the stuff of legend. What
Archetypes?
Oops. Sorry, I apologize. Finger slipped.
A spirit of heroic virtue. A transformative
Oh my God,
power
Rosie.
that manifests only
Is
in
that the
those
voice that I
who
think it
embody the
is? I won't
heroes
say
and
his
kings of
name, but
old
am
in
I
some
thinking of
core
him?
aspect.
I knew it! I
think
knew
so.
it was him!
I think so.
I can't say it.
I haven't had it-
I cannot say it.
I haven't. I've heard it's him.
Yes.
I've heard it's him. I don't know.
I think it's him.
I haven't heard, but as soon as someone said that they read somewhere that it was him, I can't unhear it
God.
now.
You know what? I worried that this
Heroes
might
of
be
antiquity
big
are
spoiler
often depicted
territory,
as near
if it
mythic
is true.
figures,
But
with
in the
forms
Discord, I will put it
transcending mortal.
there. I'll
These
put a big
accounts are
spoiler
no
tag,
mere
even though I'm not
allegory,
even sure. But I have a feeling I know who it is.
Sorafang says, I love the pumpkins on your head, Rosie. I'm sorry, this is Johnson. This is Johnson. He's got his little arms.
And then we've got emotes of him as well, yeah.
And
Oh,
his
you
li-
found it, Sora.
And his
Nice.
little, like, he's saying, hello, Marin. We
It's
love
the arms that do it, isn't it?
I love him. He's just my little man. I love Johnson so much. Oh, no, sorry, Sora, not Marin. Sorry. Hello, Sora. Hello.
However, none of my records describe anyone wielding such power as freely as you. Perhaps you are meant for not just proficiency, but mastery.
If I was Liam,
master.
I would just be so fuming that I would be the only character without horns. Everyone's got cool horns.
Yeah, but would you rather have horns or different coloured, like, eyes?
Oh, that's a good question. Can we get a poll for that
Archetypes
one?
represent the power of a
Or would you
true
rather have
hero,
buddies, like horns
one
that
who
face
can drive
these
away
ways, or different
calamity
coloured
and evil
eyes?
in this world,
This is when
no
someone
matter
already
its
has
form.
different coloured eyes.
I was
and
going to
it's
say,
like-
Marin says that their mum has different coloured eyes, which is phenomenal. Oh my god, that sounds beautiful. That sounds like a beautiful eye combination.
Indulge me this
Eyes are so
request,
pretty.
and I believe my dream may yet be possible.
Grant has
Together, we can
eyes?
restore the kingdom's ideals.
Okay, Insomniac Lena says I, so I think we should just do the poll. Neeks, do you mind typing in, doing the poll
Yeah, I
business?
think maybe Liam was already doing it, but I'll do it, yeah.
I shall gladly provide you knowledge and assistance to master your newfound power. So what say you? Will you take my hand in friendship?
Will you take my hand in marriage? Yes!
You know, making it easy for yourself, Rose.
Bargain is struck.
There you go.
The bargain struck, we're getting married.
The
Oh.
scholar in search of utopia. More.
There you go, that Morphers
Within
Capcom.
him dwells
You know what I
the
mean?
Virtue of the seeker.
Back in the day, a handshake was a contract with people. Did you know that?
Yes, well, yeah, so I know because you mentioned it to me the other day, and I probably
This
should
is-
have said no.
yes, yeah.
But the thing is, I was just listening to you by default. I just went yes. I was like, oh no, wait, this is meant to be a bit.
Damn it, Rosie. Damn it. But yes, you're right. I have told you that that was a thing.
New power
Oh
you
man!
within
And also, I
him.
think with Moore, I think I respect him more than fancy him. Like more, I want him to teach me things like a teacher. In
okay.
that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, I want him to be educated.
You want to be educated by more.
Yeah.
I say.
I want more
Some private
education.
lessons from him.
public lessons as well.
Oh, Paul, really? Whoa! Whoa! This is getting spicy on Friday. Welcome everyone to buddyGames over here.
I want to go to a library.
Ooh!
No, not in that sense.
Oh my god.
Well, there we go. So now we've made this bond.
We're just so everyone knows, I think our buddyGames funds are going to go towards a shovel for the next person that opens their mouth on this stream.
It's going to go to a new sofa, so one of us is...
Oh dear. Naughty points.
I didn't do nothing naughty. I'm literally saying that... I was like, I'm just like,
I'm at work. Sheesh.
Oh, is your manager enjoying this content? But yes, when you make a new bond with a character from meeting them, that means you unlock more archetypes. So there you go. So we've just now got the Seeker, which we've coincidentally just learned as well from Moore.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rose. Keep talking.
And more people would rather have different coloured eyes.
Oh, nice.
80% of the voters voted that.
Sleeping with horns must be awful, though.
You'd get used to it, I think. Or you could get cushions to, like, accommodate for it.
I don't know. I think it would still be painful.
Do you think you get little nightcaps for your horns?
Yeah! You put, like, little, like those muffled clown noses on them. Just to pad it
get,
out.
like, little earmuffs, but they're, like, for the horns.
Yeah, exactly.
Shake on it, yay! We got Domino in the chat as well.
Welcome in, Domino.
Who says Santa is packing his coal for Rojo. And I didn't do anything wrong. I haven't done anything. If I'm being honest, the character I fancy so far in this game is Grius. I will just say that right now. Okay.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, so quick, if you look at the side, it says Flames Day over here, buddies, on the side. And I have a theory. I've got a theory for you all. No, I'm not ready. Hold up, Grius. I've got a theory, and I think the names of the days, they represent a little bit of the days of the week in Japan. So over here, if you grab Mr. X as well. Mr. X, where are you?
Oh, he's off. He's over there.
There. Okay, but he's also on the wrong layer, so... Un momento. There we go. Hello. There. So it's Flames Day, and there is a flame in Tuesday in Japanese. This is Tuesday in Japanese, in case people are wondering. And Wednesday has the kanji for water in it. So I'm starting to wonder if the names for the days in this game are like literal translations of the ones that they use in Japan. But I haven't had time to actually like look at the names and put them next to each other. But it is interesting how 3 of the 7 align with it so far.
So we'll cut through the forest, find the abandoned mine shaft in the mountain, and take the tunnel to the other side.
The Luna's Atlas says, going back to the horn conversation, pillows exist with a gap for glasses wearers to lie down. I didn't know that. So I imagine the same thing would exist for horns. Yeah, like a massage. You know when you go on a massage bed and they've got like a hole for you to stick your face in?
I can't imagine. Maybe if your head is elevated enough so that the horn doesn't touch the mattress, then maybe. Because it would still poke on the mattress, wouldn't it?
Well, I know as well, you can get pillows that do have a hole in it. So let's say you've got multiple ear piercings. You can sleep on that and it keeps your ear
Maybe you can like slide it on your head, the pillow.
Yeah, mate,
it's like a little hook, so you attach it to your head.
If you get yourself a pair of horns, then you can take pillows wherever you want to go.
You'll be our vanguard. It'll be a trial by fire, but the sooner you get used to that power, the better.
Speaking of, you were talking like you know something about it.
Not much. Just what I've picked up from missions in the early days.
Varus, that's a great one.
Those who walk a righteous path.
As my wife says, I find attractive people attractive. Fair. Fair way to
Sounded
live.
like superstition to me, but everything's always clearer on the battlefield. Once I saw it in action, I could tell it was no fable. Never thought it'd come back to haunt me. Despite all my training and research, I never managed to master it myself.
Huh. It really is something special, then.
Don't forget, one wrong move and I'll cut you down.
Domino says there's pillows with corridors for people who like to sleep with their arm under the pillow. There's pillows with corridors. Ah, what, you just saying that Hang on, Domino, is that a funny joke that I've completely visualized and misread? I'm sorry if I've just butchered it.
No, it's like, you know, if you want to sleep like this.
Yeah, but corridors, like an actual hallway.
Right, just like a tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what you can call that too. What else would you call it?
Well, that's I'm thinking a pillow with a corridor. Does that mean like the pillow comes with a hallway that you permanently have on?
Yeah, but what else would you call it?
What, a corridor?
Yeah.
You wouldn't. You call a corridor's a corridor.
Well, there you go then. Then what's wrong about it?
Well, I'm trying to
You're
visualize.
thinking of like a walk-through corridor.
Yeah.
You can also just have like a little corridor.
Tiny corridors.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
For your arms.
Arm-shaped tunnel built
Yeah,
in.
see?
Oh, those were. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was literally
there we
picturing
go.
like a pillow, and then on the outside it's like walls. So you're just like inside.
You
a
were
corridor.
thinking of actually sleeping in a hallway.
Yeah. Like, that's what I was like.
Oh my god. Get me out of here.
Lee says, "I'm with you, Rosie. I was lost
No!
too."
Don't feed into it.
But
Lee.
we learn. We
No!
have the knowledge. We have the knowledge,
What
Lee.
have you
I get
done,
it.
Lee?
Just trust me, all right?
Right. Let's check the map. This'll all be for nothing if we get lost.
This place.
Even the map, buddies, is pretty. Nothing is not
Nothing
pretty in
tastes.
this game. It is such a
Alright.
pretty game.
Sorafang says, I can't remember if you said this on a previous stream, but it's the emote of me with the mask. Any chance a Sora from Kingdom Hearts reference, the Halloween Town version of him?
You got it. Some say that the emote was inspired by Kingdom Hearts.
Some say.
Some say.
Go to the Nord Mines.
Yeah, sometimes it's
The
you've
Nord
got to
Mines,
try to find
located
different
northwest
angles for
proximity to the capital's simplified crystal excavation. But the Sanctus Church's sudden proclamation of closure stopped work in its tracks. Exiting the forest, the party continues along the wooded road leading to the derelict mine.
The bearer says, into the mines.
what's the matter.
What happened?
I can't help but feeling we're being watched.
No.
Don't let your guard down.
I love that drum.
Look at that.
Aaron says, now we have almost Kingdom Hearts music. Yeah, in the map. It was very sort of similar vibe.
Yeah, that's another like typical influence in this game. Like, there's no typical drum kit. There's no drum machine in it either. It's just big old war drums for the music in this game.
No.
No.
Let's go.
Pushing forward.
Right, here we go. More combat time. So,
Domino, yeah, I want that to become
Everything's
more of a
pretty
thing. I hate that about beds.
Stop.
What's wrong?
of course, I'm amazing.
Got it?
Yeah, so now the game's essentially saying, like, I'm going to say it's weaker.
Aye.
Yes. So, yeah, as I said, you can scan enemies, and that can, you know, help you decide on how it is you're going to approach a battle. So, for example, I'm scanning these guys, and they're blue, so that means that they're weaker than me. So I am able...
Right there.
So I could press triangle and just go into a turn-based combat battle, but I could also just run in and slash them because I'm stronger than them anyway. And I still get the XP, only like, you know, I've just done that so much quicker rather than initiate a fight and then have to do the turn-based combat and stuff like that when it's probably just pointless. And also, it saves me on my health, so...
Yeah. That's great because more games should make it like the turn-based fight's optional. If you feel that the fight is just incredibly easy, Earthbound does the best version of that, in my opinion.
But then also, so for example, then.
Counting on you.
Oh, there we go. So if you see some enemies. Oh yeah. So if you haven't fought them, it's unknown. So you can't judge. Leave me alone. So you can't judge whether you think they're weaker or stronger. So I'm just going to go in for a normal turn-based combat with this.
Yeah, and the music helps you as well to indicate what kind of fight it's going to be.
Sorry, I love this music. The
Did you hear that
soundtrack.
attack that was all about?
Yeah, hang on. Let's turn up the music to.
See?
That could be BST moves for the hydrate. The hydrate. And BST meme says currently playing Sonic Rumble, loving it. Is that good? I haven't heard anything about it. Oh, sorry. Just then the singing kicks off. But is it? Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it.
Yes, Shoji Meguro with the bangers. I was all about it in the beginning of the stream that Persona 3 is an absolute king when it comes to soundtracks in video games. It's like I love the songs of Persona 3, but when I actually like stepped away from it and came back to it, I was like, oh my god, so many styles are in it.
Flosshilda, thank you
Yes,
very much for the
thank you.
subscription for 2 months, and they say hello. It's a lovely looking game with epic music.
It is.
It is. It really is.
Are you gonna pick this game up, Flosshilda?
Hopefully that's the last of them for a while.
And Avera says, it slaps, as the kids say. The kids will say that it absolutely slaps.
For the people that have played Shin Megami Tensei Persona games, what's your favorite Shoji Meguro soundtrack?
Let's do this.
Yes, Domino, I feel like that I can now finally play P3D, knowing the impact that some of the songs have.
Archduke joined and says hi
Welcome in,
with 10
Archduke.
bits. Hello, Archduke. Wonderful to see you.
Archduke, with a name like that, you've got to check out, what is it? Metaphor. Because it has lots of like kingdoms and they're fighting each other and they're trying to like overrule one another with wars and stuff. I think that will be, if you're looking for something like that right now, this might be your kind of game.
Ooh, little scan. Yeah, look at you. You are weak.
No worries, Flosshilda. I had a feeling that was going to be the answer. It tends to happen with people these days. So there are a bit too many games out there.
Hey, and there's a moth, which I don't know how strong it is, so we'll fight.
Right. Let's do this.
To be fair, I could have tried like sneaking up on them and having the advantage, but I don't know how these moths are acting, so I'm playing it safe.
Katsnora says, I just bought Shin Megami Tensei 3 the other day. I've never played an Shin Megami Tensei game, just Persona. Should I play that before getting this? Katsnora, if you have the luxury of being able to own Shin Megami Tensei 3 and Metaphor, I would probably say you don't need to play any of the other games to understand Shin Megami Tensei 3, but I do think it's worth getting this one first because people are going to be talking about this game, and there's a very good chance that if there's something big that is very cool and you don't want that to get spoiled for you, there's a good chance it will get spoiled for you. So to avoid that from happening for you, I would go for Metaphor first, but obviously without any of that stuff, you can just play whichever one you like. You don't need to necessarily play it in an order. Metaphor really stands separate from all the other Persona and Shin Megami Tensei games. It's just that there's elements of it and similarities more than anything. So I hope that answers your question.
Thought I heard a bird. Oh, Grius, hello. Ah, moth. Oh, let's see if I can sneak.
I wonder, is this like based off the Mothman in Persona?
Sorry, Nico, I just did a very good sneak. What was your question?
1 sec before I ask the question again. Cat Snores, it's also, if you have any other like deep cut questions, Domino is actually a really good person to ask, because I'm pretty sure Domino has played almost all of them, and he knows a lot about them as well.
Domino's just like an RPG king.
Yeah, but Domino knows a whole lot about Persona. It's worth mentioning.
And also, if you do a battle without getting attacked or hurt, then you get additional XP and stuff like that as well. So it's beneficial, very beneficial to like plan your attacks, try and get the advantages, like not getting confident or anything like that. So
What is it?
what is it?
I feel you, Domino. Atlas has basically created a train for the entirety of 2024. It is almost impossible to do anything else other than play Atlas games this year, which I guess is one of the strats they had this year. But absolutely. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Choice is never a bad thing.
Oh my god, hang on, wait, sorry. I'm gonna try this. Sorry, Stroll's face is just right.
Yeah, exactly. Hold up.
Oh god. Get the chair out the way.
You gotta look this way.
I'm gonna get further back as well.
This is prime quality content.
Is this what you all follow for? I gotta move. Hang on.
You gotta seal your butt.
I've got to put the chair over here. There we go.
Commitment. You can't say she's not committed, buddies. There you go. A bit forward. You need to make yourself a bit bigger. You know, lower. That way. That way. And now you look a bit interested or something. No, hand. He doesn't have his hand there. There you go.
Oh, it's more like, yeah, like.
I'll just press. Just keep it up. Yeah, just sure. Get this menu out of the way. Yeah. I just want the menu back. Keep it up. Keep it up. My knees. No, the menu. Is it? The menu's gone. No, never mind. Never mind.
My thighs. Woo!
Well done.
Oh god.
Well done.
Sorry, my knee hit the wire. Up I go. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh, my legs are gonna feel that tomorrow. Anyway, moth. Oh, it's. Oh no! It just swung in. Sorry, Stroll. So, but at least we get the epic music now. Mr. James Davis joined and said, was there always going to be a Friday night stream? I don't remember there being a plan for Friday night stream. We're so sorry about the last minute announcement, but welcome to the bonus stream.
Yeah, welcome in.
We are playing Metaphor Fantazio, which was provided to us by the wonderful crew at Guillotine. So thank you so much. Yep. Oh, losing my breath because of my legs. Thank you so much, Guillotine, for giving us a code for this on PS5. Greatly appreciate it. But that is why we're doing a bonus stream, and also because this game is fantastic, and we have a lot of things to say about it. So welcome into the stream.
I love the growth text, like big in the background. Did you see that? Growth.
Oh, come on, sneak. Yes.
We have the edge.
Oh, this is good as well because there's 3 of them, so... Right,
Archie says this game reminds me a little bit of Pokemon. It's funny you say that because Shin Megami Tensei, it has been an influence of Pokemon because Shin Megami Tensei has not been around for just a couple of years. It's been around for a long time. Because the cookie crumbles quite interestingly, and I'm very nervous because Domino's in the chat, and Domino will correct me if I'm wrong. Not because Domino stinks. Domino just knows. So I need to make sure I'm right about this one. But you got Shin Megami Tensei Persona, and that is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, because Shin Megami Tensei Persona is all about high school kids, and has more of the Arcana elements to it. Shin Megami Tensei is more about demon summoning and whatsoever in an alternate world as well. And from Shin Megami Tensei, that was born from Megami Tensei. And Megami Tensei has been around since the NES days. That's been around since, I think, 1987, I want to say. But yeah, Shin Megami Tensei was one of the first ones to really do that like Pokemon-like element style back in, I think, 1991. So that was predecessing a game like Pokemon. But because those games never got translated over to the West over here, and Atlas has a very interesting history in the 90s of how they published their games. There's lots of the games are kind of like lost to time. I mean, we know about them, but you can't just easily access them, is what I'm saying. But yeah, there you go. That's your answer.
Sorry, these moths are being savage destroyed. They just keep on making him like freeze up and fall down as soon as he gets back up. They're like, no, you're going back down.
But yeah, the Mothman, we have Mothman.
Yes.
It's like a typical enemy.
I will fight with pride.
Okay, right, let's get rid of you. Let's get you out of here.
But we've been playing a lot of Atlas games this year. Not only did we finish Persona 3 Reload and got the platinum for it.
Hello, Owen Score!
What do we know, Owen Score? Not only that, but you have finished Persona 4.
I did.
Another big 100-hour game.
See that? Blast.
And we got swapped for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Would have loved to cover that game on the channel. But what is it? Shin Megami Tensei 5 was a game that we want to go back to. And then we got episode, I guess, that I experienced for the first time. Still busy with that one. It came on out quite recently. And now we've got Metaphor as well that we're back on. So yeah, we've had a lot of Atlas RPGs this year.
We've had a big old Atlas year, we have. Sorry, one thing that happened just a moment ago that I haven't actually seen since I've been playing this was that I just got ambushed from the back, and the animation actually had your protagonist being hit from the back rather than like from the front. So as in the transition between the game into the fight. So I just saw that and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. Because that bird snuck up on me.
Yeah, Luna's Atlas, that must be very jarring to hear your name constantly.
There we go.
Yeah, Zarek, there's been tons of companies that have been absolutely killing it this year. I think that the beauty of this year is that almost all people of every camp has really had big strides in quality games.
Yes, okay, I stunned this more powerful enemy, so that was a good thing to do. So again, even though this enemy was more leveled up than me, because I was able to sneak up on them and get a couple of hits in real time, that gave me an advantage in the battle. So much so that I did it unscathed, which is really good for my stats.
That'll do it.
Oh, and hello as well to Zarek. If we haven't said hello to you already, wonderful to see you. I'm sorry if Nico just said hello to you. I was very focused in what was happening to the game.
It's all good.
The air grows tense.
Ooh.
We've been ambushed by the soldiers! What does this mean?
Kill him, quick!
Peril!
It appears we must do this.
I've never fought soldiers before, but I won't waver.
This must be very scary,
Scour!
A betrayal, Rose.
That's the thing, yeah, so we're being attacked now by the soldiers who are supposed to be, you know, fighting the monsters and the humans in this game, and now they're trying to get us.
Oh, it even tells you who they're going to target.
There we go, yep, so now Liam can prepare.
They can go into guard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's like a golden rule with Persona games. If they say, this enemy is charging an attack, guard.
Yeah, you're just like,
guard, guard. Don't even question it. Just guard. You're gonna die. Don't tempt it.
Oh,
okay.
I'm actually gonna risk
Twitch.
it. I think. There we go.
Twitch wants everyone to know that apparently the September discounts are still there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Well, there you go, buddy.
Right, go on, let's get some more wind on ya.
Remember when Twitch handed out gold emotes? And then we were like, where's our gold emote? And then we put an actual golden emote in a few days later. That was so funny.
Yeah, Gria's saving the day. Oh, Zarek says, to be fair, I've been in and out of stream. I'm so sorry if we missed your name in the chat or just haven't said hello. I'm very, very sorry.
No.
Let's hurry.
Something's amiss here. Why are they attacking us?
All right.
Ooh, listen to this track. It's like.
Hey. Indeed.
Right, let's go into the mines. First of all, see if the shopkeeper has anything nice to add. What is it?
Yeah, this is a very metaphor staple in this game where you have these dungeon crawling bits in between the bigger parts of the game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not really something that we haven't seen in the Persona or Shin Megami Tensei franchise. So, it's usually just like one giant area or like a palace that you visit or a randomly generated dungeon like Persona 3 and 4 do.
Yeah.
So, this is a new take that they've taken as well with their games. Luna's Atlas goes, I smell dungeon.
Like a dog when they get like when they're super happy to see you, or they just smell something on you.
Why do they always go in your ear?
I know.
Why do dogs do that?
Like literally, they're like when they like really. I think it's just because they want your like to cuddle your face. But I remember like if a dog gets
this is where the chat calls me out and it's like you got smelly ears.
Yeah, because you got smelly ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when you're lying on the floor and if you're just cuddling a dog or something, and they fully just go. Like they just love rustling in your face. We'll be fine, Gallica. Let's go to the mines.
Then
Let's go.
Let's go.
Off he goes. I really like the back of Stroll's jacket as well. I don't know if it's like wings that's on the back, but it's very cool.
It's an emblem. He's got on his back.
Oh, that's what it is.
And he's got a big old two-hander, I believe.
Stop! Don't move! Don't you dare move!
Zarek says, is this one of those, or these RPG games that have voice acting in parts, or is it all text-based reading? This game does have a lot of voice acting, and even if you do have reading moments like this, they'll do like a or like a grunt or something.
Yeah.
So this is just like a text reading part, but a lot of the time, everything is voiced.
Wait.
They're not listening.
There was another thing that I pointed out to Rose the other day. We were wondering if there were some like Yakuza animations in it. There's one where I think a character has like a animation, and we were just both like, "Is that from Yakuza by any chance?" But it happened so fast, we couldn't say.
In our eyes, everything is Yakuza.
Well, it's simple. If a character starts doing, we know it's sort of like, that's the one. We know where you got that from.
We know where they're from.
Yeah.
Sega handing out the goods.
Insomniac Lena says appropriately, some say that metaphor was inspired by Yakuza.
Some say.
Hey, are you all right?
What do you think, Stroll?
I didn't see no deserters. Please, don't kill me.
What? Why?
To send a message, boy. Either we give ourselves up, or these innocents pay the price.
But the only one who could know we survived, and the only one who could send soldiers after us.
Avara, same.
Come on.
I've got a famous story with that one and Pokemon's. And not understanding how English worked at the time.
Mr. James Eva says,
hold on.
but it's cool, I got him, I'm a strong man. Mr. James Eva says, I do appreciate games that are text-based, at least having some grunts and the like at least, like in Dredge.
I think it's a style, personally. I think I said it as well on another stream, but I like games where you either have fully voice acting, which is brilliant, of course. Games like Final Fantasy 16 does that. But I also like little gibberish noises. I was very happy to see games like Balatro still have those noises and stuff. Pretty much. But I also think there's a charm in fully text-based games because they can add character to a world. Predominantly, games that I could think of are games like Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy IX has a lot of character in his writing that I don't think even voice acting would reflect. But yeah, that was it.
Awesome. Sorry, it's just because we're getting into a big scene here, and I feel like so in this stream, we haven't met this character here that I'm just pointing at. So this is like the general of the army group that we signed ourselves up to. So this guy is the leader. He's not been the nicest guy, and we're about to find out even more about his horrible ways.
You were the only one who never went up to the fort itself, after all. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Who would have thought 3 sorry stragglers would make it past a whole unit of assassins?
Bastard! You never intended for anyone to survive. You knew the human would be there.
Naturally. You heard the reports. I only put more bait on the hook. I wasn't expecting that damn thing to be rampaging already.
You sent those soldiers to their deaths. Why?
Because the kingdom's guard is powerless before the humans, and only a pile of bodies will prove that to the public.
So someone wants the King's Guard disgraced. And when the people need him most, a savior rises as their shield. Is that your game?
Savior? Speak plain, boy. You think he's one of Luis's men?
A pitiful flock needs its shepherd. If a little blood is what it takes to show them who their real savior is, then that's a price.
Oh, so it's like they're sheep because of the horns.
That's why those sons and daughters die. For your savior.
They aren't the first. The soldiers cry for reinforcements. The villagers plead to be spared. But I know better than to confront a human.
A village? You refused. Wait, then you were the one who... 7 years ago, the first Flames Day of June, a village in the northern hills was razed to the ground. A village called Harlia.
Well, yes, that might have been a name.
Oh my god.
The voice actor does such a good job with this character being horrible.
Roll Julia moment right there, right?
You left one survivor.
Take that.
Stay back.
Help me!
You played right into our hands, you know. This was the only road without checkpoints. A simple deduction.
You're a disgrace to your title. I may not make it out alive, but as for you, you're hopeless!
Oh!
Yes.
Hello, I'm back. I've got something special to say.
It is time for thou to
You're going to wake up something really cool soon. Also, I hope your heart isn't pumping too loudly right now because, calm down. You're going to need that to be calm. Oh, no, it's too late.
Terrible.
No, I can't fail Lord Luis. Without him, I've got nothing left. You struggle in vain. I won't let you rob me of my
With the power of mustard and ketchup on your side, Rose.
This is the way of the real world, little lordling.
Oh.
You call this real? Leaders abandon their people and the innocent die by their scorn. If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you!
In it goes!
My name is Leon Stroll de Haligatus. My home and my family were taken from me. I am the last of my house. I am the last of my noble bloodline. And in the name of my people, I will strike you down where you stand.
All right, Clive. It is funny though. It does feel a little bit like Stuart Clark is like, Ben, hold my beer. I can do a Clive. Don't you worry.
All right.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, they're both
I will show
fantastic.
your world with honor.
There we go.
Yeah, they are both absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they are. I'm actually really happy for Clark with this one.
He's got power like yours now? Well, better show
And we got a new archetype as well.
What you think you're doing, but I'll not cave to an empty threat like that. This ignite is all I need to turn you to ash. You lot, get to it. Cover me.
So he scampers off to protect himself, and his subordinates get to be his living shields.
I thought we had a filter on, but it's his anxiety, his rage.
It's his archetype filter.
It takes care and calculation to wield. If you
Yeah, apparently
danger,
when
steal your
you're very
defenses
angry,
and
you have
inhibit.
a filter on your voice, apparently.
That's exactly what's happening. Right, let's try out this new archetype.
Like, basically, when Rosie comes home and there's no dinner, she'll be like, "Where's my dinner?"
Which I've been doing a lot recently.
Sorry.
Feed me!
So it was so bad.
Oh, he raised his defense. That's horrible, that is. Right, you can get out of it. Go on.
Not done yet.
I'm not even going to risk it. You know what? Just get out of here. There you go. Get out of here. Right. It's just us and the boss now. Mr. James Eva says, to you, that was the most important day of your life.
Exactly.
To me,
It was just Flames Day.
it was just Flames Day.
No
Yes.
holding back. I'll cut you down.
Ah,
Which
miss!
is, it is Tuesday in Japanese, by the way.
As we learnt earlier with your beautiful graph.
Yeah, Lena, that's the one, yeah.
Where's my dinner? You're making me sound really horrible and like off stream. What do you mean? What do you say? I never ask you much nowadays. Where's my dinner?
Wind!
Yeah, here we go. We're doing some good damage on him now. Try it. We are more stronger than you.
I shall vanquish evil.
Oh yeah! Oh, we nearly got him. Yes, go on. Yes! Bonk!
You did it!
And
Look at
here
that.
we have a dead man lying
And
on
you
the
get
floor.
Captain's uniform.
Not that I'm gonna wear it. Oh, look at those levels up from Stroll. He's loving it. Oh, and there's Liam again.
Yeah.
So, luck's already gone up automatically. I'm going to do...
Avar says, kill the man and steal his clothes.
Yeah, that's essentially what's just happened.
Stronger already.
It's a typical D&D campaign. Just immediately loot it. Always loot.
Always loot.
Impossible.
Never expected a commissioned officer would end up a wild-eyed zealot.
How did I do all that? And without an igniter?
Just like him.
Yum.
Who are you two, really?
I'm Leon Stroll.
I'm Liam's friend.
Just a fallen noble from the countryside. Back there, Klinger mentioned a village that was raised by a human. They sent for help, but he abandoned them. Halia was its name. I'm the son of its lord, and now I know what really happened. We sent our fastest riders, but we were doomed from the start. If Luis was behind it, then that's all I need to know. He's the one who'll answer for it. I have my own reason to fight now. I don't want to be an ally of convenience alone, so once more, please, let me join your cause.
What do you say, Grius?
Go on.
Come
I
on.
say keeping an eye on you was too much trouble in the first place.
So you've no objections? What say you, friend?
What say you, Liam? No, not friend, it's Liam. Don't get ahead of yourself. That's so horrible. Which one would you like, Nico?
Well, I know that Lee won't have the naughty score whatsoever. So, I would say, Forget it. Say, don't get ahead of yourself.
Is that what you're
Do
going
it. Just
for?
go for it. Let's see what happens. You're here for entertainment, right? Let's go.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Come on, don't be like that.
Whoa! So he literally saved the team.
Either way, you've heard too much of the truth to toss you out now. You're on our side, boy. Whether you like it or not.
I'd have it no other way.
And he's just like, oh, thank you. And he's
Onward.
How is he taking?
The proud noble.
And you became best friends.
You honestly think we're gonna just skip a main character?
And a new power yet slumbering within thee
Yeah.
may awaken.
You will be best friends with him. You will shake his hand, because otherwise you are not going to be able to progress with the lovely video game we've planned for you. Avaris, this is Nico's gameplay. Like, that's why I said to him, what choice would he like
It's
to
okay,
do?
Chocobo isn't here. No one will note it down. That's right, Chocobo. That's what you get for not watching games you want to play. You get
Did you feel
naughty,
that just
Nico.
now? What's going on? Does it have something to do with that odd magic? Now that I think about it, once you awakened, isn't it weird that Stroll followed not long after? What does this mean?
It's destiny.
Huh? Wait, what?
Ooh. There it is again. It is your destiny, says Eric.
Hey, where are we? What just happened?
Surprising indeed. Somehow you find yourself here once more.
Get out.
There's a lock on the door. Please leave.
The door's right there.
Talk to me or just at me?
We meet again, my friend. Though admittedly sooner than I'd expected. Remarkably, another has awakened. What miracle is this? Yes, that same power now stirs in your companion. Another of the mighty archetypes. Do you recall our discussion earlier about how
we're best
are an
friends?
original form of magic?
You want to know what's really weird, Rose?
What's that?
The last time I saw this voice actor, he was working out, like in a vest or whatsoever, and I just have that. That's the last image I've got of them in my head. So just to see this, and then hearing that and seeing that in my head, it's just so funny.
Hey, you
That's good. Keep my shape. That's okay. It's just, I just imagine like, so you're doing really well right now. How have you been?
Yeah, like
what I've
pushing
got
your
in
body to the limits, but keeping super calm about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Very clashing images in my head.
Embracing that anxiety, you make it your innermost power. You find freedom. And so, the lives of those who overcome their hardships and embody the
Oh my god,
virtues
Avara
within
says
them
Renegade
are
run
passed
Rosie
down
and then
as heroic
Renegade
tales.
none
Your
Nico.
companion, too, had his eyes open to his true path and claimed its virtue. That awakening is your doing, you know. He awakened to the archetype that protects you.
You
Hey,
did
hold
that.
on a second. Who even are you? How much do you know? I'm warning you, if you mess with him, you're gonna have to go through me.
Ah, you two share quite a deep connection, don't you?
Well, we didn't always. But now we're partners to the end. We're linked down to the depths of our hearts. Right?
Right, Nix, I'm going to ask you again. Are you linked down to the depths of your hearts?
What does that exactly mean?
Basically, are you like best mates?
With my heart?
I'm just going to say right.
We trust
There you go. Right.
I've got his back and he's got mine.
Liam's just like, I don't know what's going on. Yay!
The mystical fairy, Gallica. Within her dwells the virtue of the mage.
Here we
Nurture thy
go.
bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Cat Snore says Gallica is so cute.
won't
She
need your
really
strength.
is so
That's
cute.
the whole reason I'm here.
Yeah, she's so now we have got 3 archetypes. We've got the Seeker, the Warrior, and the Mage.
Oh, you got your heart as well now.
Mm.
Wasn't that...
Fascinating. Do you understand what just happened? By connecting with others who have found their resolve, you awaken to new strength. And further, you and all your allies may fight with the strength of any archetype in your circle. As an example, your other companion, the fellow with the eye patch, he seems to have some training and knowledge regarding the wielding of an archetype.
What do you know about him?
Nothing came of it. Yet if you so desire it, you can awaken the true power within.
Oh my god, Zarek says there should be a Sphinx in this game. Yes! I hope there is.
Power too?
The nature of the Seeker. No. Perhaps it is simply your own nature. You truly are remarkable.
Oh, thanks.
No. Sorry. Remarkable is a word that Igor uses a lot as well.
That is true.
He calls Makoto, the Persona 3 character, the most remarkable guest.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, Nico, this part is now very much heavy tutorial based, and I know that we're at 10 o'clock now, which is our usual.
Yes.
So should we go to the big screen?
Let's go. Oh, I don't want the music to end. We're going back to spooky music.
Spooky music.
That's what you get, Atlas, for releasing your games in spooky season. But yes, thank you all so much for checking out, Metaphor Fantazio. And obviously, thank you so much, Guillotine, for providing us with a game key. I cannot thank you enough for that
And for
one.
joining us in the chat as well.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to see you guys. So thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, I really wanted to cover this game on buddyGames, and you guys definitely made that possible, so thank you. And obviously, thank you all so much for your support and clicking around as well. I see that Fern's also a streamer, so I'm going to check that. Their streams out as well. With that said, though, Rosie, we have the Book of Eternity right here.
Book of Eternity.
And we have a couple of names in there. You ready?
Yeah, go on.
We have got Silent Resets, the only Jake ever, Bon Sweets, Kevin Scully, and Floss Hilda. Thank you all so much for the subs. We've got for bits, we've got Girl on Fire, Archie of Prussia, and we have Owain Score. Thank you so much for the bits. And we had one donation from Marin for the PSP. So thank you so much for that as well. And with that, Rosie, our Book of Eternity is shut.
It is closed.
Yes. Rosie, what's next on buddyGames?
So next on buddyGames is that on Sunday we will be back with our regular streaming slot as we are going to be starting our proper Halloween playthrough. I say proper just because we're in like the second week of October, but we wanted to finish Bloodborne first. But it will be Liam playing Silent Hill 2 for the first time. He's going to be playing the recent remake, and he knows nothing about Silent Hill 2, the original, the remake, Silent Hill in general. This is going to be his first experience of a Silent Hill game. So please join us for that. I'm very excited to see how he handles the horrifying atmosphere in the game. And then next Wednesday, Nico and I will be back with our regular streaming slot from 8 p.m. BST as we're going to be playing Castlevania.
Yes, the Dominus Collection.
Yes.
Provided to you by Konami. Thank you, Konami, for that one. And yes, we're going to be playing that one. We don't know which game it's going to be. It's going to be a trilogy, but I do know we're going to give you the choice because I've had a chat with moderator Sengui, who knows everything about that game.
Oh, okay.
So, what is it? They can give you like some good guidelines of what you're in the mood for, because it's going to be you that's going to be playing that one. So yes, we got that, and we got a couple of more streams obviously planned for October as well. So please look forward to all of that. And also we have one more. We also have a couple of socials, which I will take the thunder away from you, Rosie. Sorry. We've got a Twitter and an Instagram. Twitter and Instagram is the best place if you want to stay up to date from when we go live, as well as any other fun posts. I've literally made a little doodle for Metaphor today as well, so if you want to see that, or like a little meme about the new Tomb Raider announcement that we've done. So you can watch that over there as well. We have got a TikTok as well if you want to see more highlights from content that we have done in the past. I hope I have more time to make more of them soon. As right now, I'm just very busy with EGX and Halloween stuff, so I haven't been able to make any at the moment. We also have a Discord if you want to stay up to date about what we're going to do, as well as be part of a community and talk to me, Rosie, or Liam about anything that is on your mind, whether it's something you've made, something, you've been playing, or whatsoever, or participate in our daily questions. You can hang out over there as well. It's a wonderful community over there, so please consider joining that one. And we have a VOD channel, which we have done previous streams in the past. We've done Persona 3 Reload as a coverage, which was fun because it was Rosie's first time going into the world of Persona 3, so check that one out as well. And I've done the first few hours of Persona 3 episode Icus on that as well, if you want to see similar content to that one as well. And with that, I have done my spiel for today. we're going to be raiding into Jesse Kit. Jesse Kit is right now playing Power Wars Simulator, and without Jesse Kit, I wouldn't have been able to get some of the opportunities here on BuddyGames. So thank you so much for that one, Jesse, if you're watching. And can we all give Jesse a message as well when we raid into her stream called this one? There we go.
And thank you all so much for joining as well. I'm seeing more names just popping up saying goodbye, but thank you all so much for joining us on this Friday bonus stream. And once again, thank you so much for Guillotine for providing us with a code of Metaphor, because we greatly appreciate it. Because we just love talking about video games and love sharing video games with the world, new and old. So thank you for helping make that more possible for us.
Yeah. We'll see you on Sunday at 1 p.m. BST.
Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.